Hello everyone and welcome back to Panzer Corps 2, where I'll be starting up the first DLC for the game. It's called Axis Operations and will be starting in the Spanish Civil War. This is much like the Grand Campaign for Panzer Corps 1 in that the scope of operations it's much smaller and there's much more detail in the battle. So instead of fighting the whole war in 20 scenarios, we'll be doing it in over 100. Yeah. But that's where the fun starts, at least as far as I'm concerned. The DLC has improved upon many of the, my eyes, shortcomings of the base campaign. So, yeah, I'm actually interested in checking out how things have been developing. I've seen a couple of good things already. The inclusion of actual secondary objectives. What a concept. Yeah, they're finally there. Instead of always going for capturing all the victory objectives, there are now also secondary objectives. And besides that, there are now also end briefings, finally. So yeah, that's actually a positive thing. I am happy about that at the very least. So let's see how much more interesting this is. I will be playing this on general difficulty, but I will go for some advanced options here. So when I was playing the base campaign, I did not really like the plus 20 base accuracy for the enemy, but I did like the limitations in prestige. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and play on general, which is the highest. Yeah, I mean, this is just normal difficulty, but it's the highest difficulty without giving an actual combat bonus to the enemy. So I'll be playing on general. I'm gonna play on combat randomness 100 again. But then I'll be playing on Ironman mode, so I will not be able to undo moves. And yeah, this is disabled, so I don't think it matters. Get 2 trade points. So weather supply, Franco force on, tournament, heroes, awards. And I'll be playing on Europe on a shoestring, which will block prestige per turn. And we'll only get that by capturing flags and forcing enemy units to surrender. I still kind of expect to get a lot of prestige, maybe. I don't really know. It's kind of like testing where your limit is. So that's a bit tricky. This challenge supposedly is similar to Rommel difficulty in Panzer Corps, so I guess this might be a good place to start. And if I find that I might end up with an abundance of prestige in the first campaign, you know, I could always make it more difficult later on. So I hope, at least. So, yeah, that's where we'll start, and let's go. Like I said, because of these inclusions, I'm actually a lot more interested to play than for the first one, for the base campaign, that is. In this campaign, we can earn commendation points by completing bonus objectives. We begin this campaign with 0 commendation points. What a surprise. So let's just put our name there. Night Phoenix. There we go. And of course, let's yeah, this guy. He's sexy hunk of meat. Excellent. So from the base campaign, there are some things that really seem to stick out for me as really good, which are Deadly Grasp, which gives the enemy double penalties for being encircled. That was really good. Or that would have been really good had I selected that in the base campaign. So I'm definitely going for that now. I'm going to go for slow modernization again. I didn't really see it as that much of a penalty, so I think that's fine. Which will allow me to choose Trophies of War, which gives me double capture equipment and double prestige when forcing enemy units to surrender. I might quit. Well, I can't stop Trophies of War, I guess, but yeah, this should give me plenty of prestige, I think. They didn't do anything about this, but we'll see how out of hand this will get, actually. I didn't really mind Inefficient Supply. I don't think it was that bad. Let's go for Anti-Air Veteran. And then I had Fear of the Unknown back then. But I don't really need any of these other ones. That's fine. So let's just get started here. I think this is good enough. Yeah. So I don't know whether they will have voices again. They did have that for the main campaign, but since it's the press release version, I remember when I had the press release version back then, they also did not have the audio in there. So there might actually be audio when you're playing the DLC yourself, but I'm not sure yet because it's the press release version. So like I said, things might still change as this is not the final version of the game yet. Oberleutnant Stefan Wagner reporting for duty. May I say it's an honor to meet you, General Knight Phoenix. I swear now faithfully to serve you and the fatherland to any end. I have your orders, direct from Commander Spegle. Shall we begin? As you're undoubtedly aware, our government has pledged to aid the Spanish nationals in their uprising. Our deployment to Spain is to begin immediately, but there are some critical details I feel you must be made aware of. Because we don't want to undermine the legitimacy of the nationalists, we will not be deploying any German infantry forces to the Spanish conflict. Therefore, your battle group, Kampfgruppe 88, or 88, is to provide supporting roles to assist the main body of nationalist forces in their coup. You'll be expected to work closely with our Spanish compatriots in the campaign ahead. Speaking of which, our first assignment is to safely escort them across the Strait of Gibraltar. Primary objective, capture and hold Cadiz and the Seville airfield. And the bonus objective is to capture and hold the auxiliary airfield. And another bonus objective is to garrison 5 Seville hexes with Army of Africa units, like down there. First off, we need to transport our own forces to Spain. Unfortunately, this will be easier said than done. The Republican battleship Jamie I is on constant patrol, and submarine reports show she's on her way to interdict our operations as we speak. You will only have a limited opportunity to move your forces across the Strait of Gibraltar before the Republican naval blockade arrives. I wouldn't try to destroy the Jamie I and her escorts either. Our light biplane bombers are woefully underprepared to deal with the battleship. We'll just have to deal with her later. There should be enough time to transport 2 waves of units by naval transports, if you move quickly. Army of Africa units will most likely need to be airlifted, as they are a bit behind our embarkation points. Once aground, your advance to Seville should be easy enough. After we've cleared any resistance around Seville, we should hold the city against any potential counterattack. We need to hold the city long enough to transport Franco's Army of Africa to Spain to ensure we have ample friendly infantry forces in our campaign to come. Good luck, my general. I will see you on the Spanish mainland shortly. To victory for Germany. Right, there we are, and we do get to see our units over here, which are mostly Army of Africa units. At least there are 8 of them. Infantry units. Then we have 3 tanks, 2 Panzer 1As, 3 Panzer 1As actually. Then 2 SDKZ 221s, 2 Pak 36s, some 10.5mm artillery, an anti-aircraft, 3 Heinkel 51s, and then some Heinkel 123s. These are fighter aircraft, although the air attack's only 3, and for the bombers it's 2, but they are actual bombers. And then we have 1 Heinkel 70 Rayo, which is a scout plane. Yeah. Alright. That's fine. 35 out of 35 core slots already, so we cannot actually purchase anything. For the Condor Legion, as you can see, can't really do anything with that. And then for the Spanish troops, we also, there's just nothing there, so. Oh well. It means that we probably should just get started. I don't think we have any heroes either. Nope. Alright. Sure. So the first thing we need to do is go and land there. This is new, actually. They didn't have these buttons. So undo all for the deployment phase. Disband all units. Wow. Remove from reserve all. Move to reserve all. Elite replace all. This is very useful. That's actually quite nice. I like it. I think this is a good addition, actually. Nice. Alright, let's go. So we know that there's this battleship coming. We might just as well take a look with our recon first. That's probably the best idea. I don't really mind the prestige or the damage that's being done to it because it doesn't cost that much prestige. Yeah, we don't get any bonus for finishing early this way either. So let's take a look. Alright, so we do know there is an actual airfield here as well, which we do need to capture. Just a random wagon, but they do actually have some militia forces. Militia forces have significantly less soft attack than our units. At least the Army of Africa, which is 12, and these guys only have 5, so that's actually good. Let's see, though. This I-15 is a biplane fighter. Has 5 air attacks. It's significantly more powerful than the Heinzel 51s. But at least it's still a 2-2 outcome. Let's get one of them over here. And I don't remember whether we actually get a initiative or mass attack bonus in the air. I would have to take a look at that. So let's actually try to do this. Yes, we do get a mass attack. Alright. So then we're probably best off actually getting these here. This gets the most mass attack. Let's see how that helps actually. So it just drops their initiative. Alright. Oh, that's a lucky hit. Is this an anti-aircraft gun? Yes, it's a 20mm. But it doesn't... Yeah, it only provides air to ground attacks. I kind of have to relearn this game a little bit. It has range 2. So it can actually protect the recon unit there. I mean, I would assume they are going to have more fighters, but that would have to come all the way from there. I might not actually have to bomb these this turn. Let's actually see. How much? We have 7 sea transports. Alright. So let's ship them over. Let's hope I get to de-embark them as well. Yeah, great. Because I do want to send out the artillery as fast as possible here. They're generally... Oh, but you don't get to embark, huh? Alright. Let's try some other units then. I only have 1 left now anyway. So let's get the anti-tank. There we go. Need to get these guys over to an airfield, which there is none over here. So they need to move up anyway towards these airfields there. If I want to airlift them, it's gonna have to do that way. There we go. Then let's move these. So then one question remains is whether I want to bomb them. No, let's not do that. So that's it then. First turn. It's just too risky if they still have a fighter. But they don't, seems like. These guys are even retreating. That's actually interesting. Alright. Well, that's okay. I'm definitely gonna bomb this turn. But I don't know whether I can land these there. Maybe. Yes, I can. But they cannot attack on the first turn. Okay. Well, I will certainly go and bomb this. That would have been really nice if I were to actually destroy that. Alright then. I am gonna bomb here though. I should put a fighter up there as protection. And another fighter here. Let's move the recon up so we can actually take a bit of a better look. I'll put these over here. Alright, so I also need to take that, so I can't move too far ahead. We have 18 turns to this mission. Also, I need to be a bit careful that those infantry forces don't actually attack my puck or artillery piece. So in that sense, like, they cannot get past these two now, so I can actually safely land it. Let's see, because these guys cannot land this turn. And let's get these guys up as far as possible. I'm gonna think about where to put those other units, but for now, this is all I can do. Let's use forced march, because I might as well use that ability. Okay, they have moved, so then they can no longer do it. That's fine. Okay, so only thing I need to think about now is whether yeah, they actually might get in here and attack the artillery anyway. That's unfortunate. They probably will, but we'll see. Or they didn't. Okay, well, let's take a look. Mine General, the Jamie I and her escorts have arrived off the coast. We must transport the armor of Africa by air with Junkers 52s from now on. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Alright, so this anti-aircraft gun... It's just also pretty decent, but we need to take this out first before doing anything strange, anything otherwise. So This is 2 and 4. Why is this more powerful than this one? Oh, because of the encircled. Okay. I could swing them around. But it doesn't really seem necessary. Wow, they moved. 7 damage, huh? Huh. Well, you don't expect that. So I kind of need to use these guys over there, and I think... Can they get an overrun? Yeah, they can. Okay. And they did. I'll try to bomb these if I can actually reach that far. No, I can't. Okay, those guys are down. Well. You guys have a range of 3, so even if I move it by 1, that doesn't actually help. Horse transport, huh? Neither does that help particularly much. But I'll take the town. There are a few options here. Let's land and actually move these guys forward. I think hills is close terrain, is it? Yes, it is. So I'm better off not putting these guys in there, but moving it up ahead. I want to capture the airfield, so I actually get to move units over there. I think I can already transport air units there now. Yes, I can. Excellent. Let's do that. Then I only have 1 bomber, which has not actually crossed yet, but that is fine. Okay, so with forced march, you can actually get these guys onto those airfields. And I'll see... I probably can't land them this turn anyway, but... Yeah, because then they can land down there technically, but it's occupied now. Still... I actually don't know whether they go back or not. I've actually never tried that. So it'll be interesting to see whether they move back as an experiment or not. We don't know. Alright, so the flak... Let's see first. Yeah, let's... Let's just do this, and then I'll have the puck actually unload behind it. I think they might not actually support them. Let's move these guys up front. It's a bit tricky with those recon units. So they're not protected right now. But that's okay. And I'll just move these guys up there. That's not the greatest, but it will suffice. I'm also not gonna attack here because as an attack, it's not actually that profitable for me. Now they're at least wasting their movement. There they are. Surprised they didn't attack, but they're probably just there to block me. So these guys actually do stay on their position. That is, huh. Well, let's attack at Cadiz. Taking the dump is for some, or seems to be relatively difficult for whatever reason. I don't think I get to go there. That didn't turn out half as well as I might have hoped it would. But I am actually quite willing to start moving in that direction. Those are some heavy artillery pieces. Let's try that again. So these... Okay, they're just regular artillery. Fair enough. Let's use these guys to go and take a look. Over here. Alright, so they have another anti-air, anti-tank gun, Russian one. Another one of those artillery pieces. I cannot just go and avoid those or go around those artillery pieces. I'm gonna have to deal with that some way. Maybe I can go around. That would actually not be too bad. And circle them potentially from this side and this side. This is rough terrain, okay. And rough terrain is not close terrain, apparently. It's just rough. Alright, because otherwise I would have to close terrain trait. But it doesn't. Okay, I think it's worth starting to move up now. Do need to protect my recon even now. And I can still do a damage here. So that's nice. They'll have range 3. So it's not enough to cover any which way, whereas these guys also have range 3. So I want to stay out of their range, but I do want to get close. I think this will be an ideal position then. So what is the difference then for rough terrain? Base entrenchment 1. Entrenchment speed is 4. I just find it surprising that rough is not close terrain. Like, I don't... particularly understand why that would be. But I think the best way to check is just to go and take a look. And this should also be out of their range, so that's good. Let's land these guys and start moving these guys to the other side. So let's transport them over. They cannot disembark this turn, fine. We'll take care of it anyway. So I need at least one fighter covering all three of them. Still rebase the bombers. And I need protection for the bombers as well, in case they have another airplane, which they might as well. Then I mean, this is not ideal movement, but I don't think they can really get in here. So let's do that. Attack the recon, totally fine. And then shelling my tanks. Well, that was to be expected. Oh. They have their own tank, huh? BT-5. Oh, making my tank retreat as well. Wow. That is... It has an ability called Overwhelming Attack. Any damage to enemy units is enough to force them to retreat. They do have a hero. Okay, that's why it retreated, huh? Okay. Fair enough. So these guys took a bit of damage, but not too bad. Getting around this now will be tricky. But this thing cannot provide any cover. I can easily destroy it though. Well, at least deal decent damage with the bomber, that is. And since I cannot actually place a unit on this side, I can, okay. So I would completely suppress it on the next turn already. Well, let's go for the easy parts first, and it's getting these guys on planes. Right, so you need to go after these to suppress them and get at the city. I would like to do that now. That is troublesome. I'm definitely not getting the results there that I would like. Kinda means that I have to divert these guys over here. Which will allow me to also encircle the BT-5. Where does it... Oh, it gets supply from that side. And since it will be fully suppressed... Might just as well double shell these, so they will also be fully suppressed there. I can't split my units this turn, but it means that next turn both of these will be unable to do anything, and then I can actively make them surrender. That will allow me to take on those artillery pieces the turn afterwards. I mean, this doesn't matter, but I'll keep these guys out of the range for sure. Alright, let's get moving. We have a lot of units here. So I might as well. Let's get these guys onto the main road as well. Seems like the Army of Africa does not have any trucks. Oh, we have two there, two there. Let's get these guys out there, and then next turn I can land the last units. Battleships will be ineffective. Definitely need to block them. You don't need to attack. Just a recon. I'm actually interested to see what might be out there. Okay, so they do have some kind of offensive, and then this is seemingly empty. Well, that means I can already smack some of their guys. Let's keep you there. There's one left. Alright. Okay. So they're coming in. Mm-hmm. I can try to get out, but that doesn't really work. T-26 too, huh? Alright, I'm gonna end the video here. I want to thank you for watching this one. Do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.